Me. Okay. Uh,
Hello.
yeah. So, first of all, I would like to apologize. We had some technical difficulties, so we had to postpone the debate for like 30 minutes. But now we're here to stay. Um, uh, oh, actually, two apologies. One being the 30-minute delay, and one being me as the moderator being hungover. Um, but uh, but it's actually a pretty good hangover, to be honest, and it's because of my guest tonight, Deena Abdelwahed.
Because no,
Oh,
come on.
oh. Um, our guest tonight, Deena Abdelwahed, a music producer, a DJ, an activist,
No.
torn between Toulouse and Tunis. I'm gonna quote you. Some people don't like that. I'm gonna do it. You said in an interview about yourself, I belong to activists, humanists, those who want to help people by any means in art, politics, activism, civil society. I prefer that than belonging to a certain culture, a certain nationality.
Okay.
This is the second debate in the cycle of events Javno seja, public assembly, public meeting, let's call it, hosted by Ustanova and Prihaja, giving a platform to artists and voices that need to be heard. Um, Said artists and also guests at club nights hosted by Ustanova in clubs Monocle and Tiffany. Um, this was the intro, all of the technicalities. Now we can get to you and get to the questions. Let's start with something easy. Um, let's start with last night. How do you feel performing your debut performance in Ljubljana behind the Iron Curtain in the Balkans?
Iron curtain. It was an iron curtain. Okay, thank you. It was nice. It was nice. It was magical. It was superb. It was a lot of really nice atmosphere, and yeah, everyone was excited. Everyone was dancing, and the music was super good before me and after me, and I really had fun. Really, a lot.
Born in Qatar, later moved to Tunis. You were also a jazz vocalist in a band So Soulful.
Wow,
Yep. Wow. I did
are you
my
a spy?
research, you know. Yeah. Oh, I came prepared all of the quotes, you know. Yeah.
Okay, okay, no, okay.
uh, then you went to electronic music. Maybe
Yes.
something about that transition, how you got into electronic music.
Maybe because I get bored very fast. Well, maybe no, but I got to electronic music. It was a long process. Huh? It's not. Um, uh, I love dancing, and I used to do when I was a teenager breakdance. Okay, and then so the breakdance was the music of to breakdance too was hip hop and funk, yeah. And I was searching always also because I get bored also on certain always the same songs to dance to. I was searching for new hip hop breakdance ball songs, and so I, of course, through internet, I found instrumental hip hop, right? So there is not a lot of rap. Very groovy, very rhythmic, and especially done by MPC, which is also for me it's an electronic music process as well, the sampling and the arrangement and all of that, right? So little by little, by through internet as well, I pardon, I don't know why, but anyway, I was also searching for a new style of breakdancing, but debout, by foot only, not okay. And so I found out Chicago house and footwork and juke, where they dance very fast, and I was really amazed. And then I said, "Huh, let me see if there is other music for dancing, you know." And and then I fell on techno, house, dub, ta with a lot, and it's really through the internet. Um, as you can see, there is nothing jazz in it. The vocalist of jazz, I don't know. I just like my voice. I say, "Oh, do you want to work?" And okay. And it was paying off. I was a student. The day I go to the university, at night I go to the hotel with this group. We sing "Fly Me to the Moon." I get 200 dinar, and but when I was hanging out, of course, after at night and stuff, and there was a club that opened called Plug. Also, before that, I used to go to like rave parties with my friends, and there was drum and bass parties, and so yeah. I mean, I thought that it would be a nice idea if I kind of try what I really like in electronic music and how it can talk to me, even though there is drum and bass. I didn't like techno. I used to not like. I like it now. Okay. Mhm. No, but how it's done over there, how it's played over there, it was really bad. No, not bad, not interesting. Sorry, no judgment. So yeah, voilà, that's it. I hope I answered your question.
Because you said in an interview that you also, when you started DJing, when you played juke, it
Mm.
was something um, weird
Yes,
in a sense.
yes.
So what is the club scene in Tunisia, and maybe how did it transform during the Arab Spring and maybe the uprisings in Tunis? Did it play like a factor on the club scene and on the underground as well?
Mm. Yes, it did. People are more confident. People are more not scared of the police or especially from the police, because that was actually the most biggest problem is the checkpoints of police when we go out. And actually, unfortunately, in Tunis, if you want to go to a club, it's very far from where you live or where you work. It's really on the coast, like touristic coast, and it's compounds of a lot of clubs. So it's really the clubbing area, and policemen are always at the checkpoint, seeing who's in, who's out, and there is we all always go by car. There is no public transportation that is effective at night. Okay, so everything is by car, so it's really easy to get caught, and to get caught in secret as well. It was before the revolution. Police really can just take you, put you whenever, I kill you. I don't know anything, and nobody would hear about you. And that was the problem. Um, After the revolution, yeah, guys. I mean, men and women, young men and women, are not afraid anymore from the police, even though it did happen some accidents, bad accidents with the police, like a couple of young people that were going to the club, and the woman was a bit sexy or something. So the police, they were like, yeah, you know what, separate them. They took her, they put her in the partner big car, and they raped her. And then they give a okay, here's your woman. Have a good time in the club, for example. But everyone heard about it, all the clubbing scene and whatever, and also it rose a debate because like, what she's doing at night? Why her husband? Is it their husbands or are they girlfriend and boyfriend? If they are not married, she deserve it. Blah, blah, blah. So it was also a debate and all of that. All of this would not happen before the revolution because everything is censored. Anything can happen to you. Nobody will hear, and especially you cannot take police to court. And you know what? This woman took the police to court and she won. And the three policemen, they are in prison now, which is something there is no way you would imagine actually before the revolution, before the revolution, 2011. So it helped a lot, how can I say, for promoters to open up, to open also new places, because people will come. So more places, more DJs, more diverse music. You have hip hop funk over here, house over there, techno, dark Berlin style over here. So, this wasn't before 2011. Yeah.
Because as we were talking yesterday, like you said, yeah, during the revolution, the feminist movement kind of got like a head start.
Mm.
It went somewhere, and when we look at the Arab Spring, we don't really see it as a success in many point of views, but we do in Tunisia. Um, but on your first EP club, am I say club? Yeah. Okay. Uh,
Club.
I'd like to point out one song, Ena Esbab,
Okay.
because we were talking yesterday as well. So the feminist movement did get kind of a head start, but one movement didn't and is still not prospering in Tunisia, and this is the LGBT movement.
No, it is.
It is, yeah, it is. Okay,
It is
tell me more.
underground. No, I should not say that in front of the camera. Maybe it's not prospering. No, no gays. There is no gays in Tunis. Um, okay, and Asbab actually, it's also about toxic masculinity as well. Huh? And Asbab, it means I am the reason, and it's because of me more. It means that, and the lyrics is like. Because of my looks or because you don't like me as I am, you think that I am the cause, that I am, uh, um, how can I say, disturbing the house of God. That is actually the lyrics. And because I am a man, I cannot cry. Um, well, it's feminism in Tunisia. I cannot talk about it a lot because it's a it has a really long history in Tunisia. Actually, I mean there is feminism historical. The one that I know political, it started with Habib Bourguiba, the first president after the colonialism from France, after it Tunisia got independent, got its independence, and one of Habib Bourguiba's aims and goals is to liberate the woman and Tunisian woman. So you see propaganda videos where he takes out the veils, and you see like a really old woman, and like she wants to say hello, and he takes the veil, and he laughs, and she was like taking her veil back. So actually, is liberating woman, but by dictatorship, and that is the problem. Is that feminism in Tunisia, it's only for some people, okay, who are elite, who are bobo, like bourgeois, a bit not middle class. And the middle class actually they are not into it really. After the revolution, let's say the whole civil society came up, like it was born, like it was never before civil society in Tunisia, which is actually it's true. There was no NGOs, local Tunisian NGOs, that are, not working along with the government, or not having the blessings from Ben Ali back then. So what happened is that all NGOs, associations, and like mushrooms, popped up. Feminism, LGBT, under the skin of feminism. I don't know anything. I mean, it just got wider and wider and wider, because people want to change a lot of stuff in Tunisia. Also start a lot of stuff in Tunisia. So, well, I mean, I think it's normal process, it's not only feminism, but everything, really.
Because you said also that there's this next step of changing the constitution right now.
Hmm.
Maybe the thirds that you were talking about. Um, um, wait, what did you say? That it used to be two-thirds for
Ah,
yeah,
for the heritage.
yeah, the heritage.
Yes, yeah, yeah. For example,
Like
exact.
like a change in that. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes, which is actually something very, very dangerous that the Committee of Human Rights, not human, personal defense, or I don't know how to translate it in English actually. I told you, yes, yesterday, that the president of Tunisia, he assigned a committee of lawyers or judges or whatever to write new laws that they will propose to the assembly, because the president cannot, it's not he cannot say, okay, there is a new law and the law is directly to the constitution. It has to go through the assembly. They vote, the deputies vote if they are okay with it, and then it is written on the constitution, right? Okay, added in the constitution. So he proposed this committee to start working on personal rights or something like that, like personal defense rights. For example, freedom of sexual orientation, equality between men and women. Um, if there is like corruption, for example, and stuff like that. Okay, so the first law that they proposed for the assembly, for the deputies to vote on, was this equality men and the heritage between men men and women, because in the Muslim world, the constitution is coming from Sharia, which is the Quran, which is the constitution that is inspired from the Quran. Okay, so all the Arab Muslim countries have Sharia in their constitutions, and and the problem that is very not humanist at all is that a man takes double as a woman, like a brother take double as his sister if the parents die. So, like for example, the parent have 3 cars, he will give two to the brother and one to the. It's written on the constitution, so it's very not fair, right? So Tunisia is the first Arab Muslim country that now that gives the heritage, 1 car to the brother and 1 car to the sister. The problem is that it's very risky because you have no idea. You have the Vatican, or we have Al Azhar. It's in Egypt, in Cairo. All the shuyukh, all the they started to attack Tunisia like it's in the hand of the Satanist, Masonia, and stuff like that. Like they even, like, if you go to Tunisia, they said if any Muslim enter Tunisia, he will not go to paradise. God will not be good with him. But anyway, yeah. So, I'm sorry.
Because the constitution is, or the old constitution was, like you said, this weird mix of Sharia and colonial France, right?
Yes, and
Um,
older, even Ottoman.
mhm.
You can find yeah.
Because you said something interesting. I'm going to quote you one last time.
Okay.
After the colonial era, the national government did to the people exactly what the colonialist countries had done to us. We've got anti-gay laws that were imposed on us by the French that are still written in the Constitution. This is like this when I just written like this. When I heard it, it was like this weird paradox, self-colonization, like the weirdest thing you can imagine.
Yeah.
Um, let's continue with Ronar.
Go-
Jonar.
Gonar.
Jonar.
Like a Javier.
Oh, Javier. It's your fresh new album released in November. Your debut album by Enfine Music. Yeah,
Mhm.
my French. As you
Infini.
can see, Enfine, the on.
Louis
Um,
Vuitton.
the EP Club was also by
Yes,
Enfine.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, well, let's just talk about Konar. What is the underlying message? What does Konar mean, maybe? And how did you make the album? Maybe what was your thought process while working on it?
Okay. Khonar means it's a street word of Tunisian dialect. It means unsolved problems that are that can be dangerous, like really dark and can be dangerous. It can kill maybe someone, and also it's like you have a problem and everyone is blaming the other, and we all know who's to blame, but it's a very complicated word actually. I mean, when I wanted to explain to it to the art director of Amphine, he was like, he said, okay, just I don't care, just call it Hona, whatever. So no, but really, I mean, I had like we had a debate with my friends, like what is the synonym of Honar in other languages? There is no, it's really specific. Like for example. Um, like I always give these two examples in a national level, in a political or national level. Khonar, there was a lawyer, Shukri Bilaid, for example. He works in, let's say, putting on the table corruption of the governments or certain businessmen or lobbying, okay, since Ben Ali, okay. So he speaks about it to the public, radio, TV, and stuff like that. How can you say dossier? A lot of stories.
Files,
Files.
yeah.
So the files. Gracias. No sé. Voilà. So. Huh? حسليلة صافا كنغلط قول لي راه هاكا كله باهي ما باهي نكذبش برشا باهي يا خي ما تلصقينا يا بوكل um, so so he brought all the fire.
I understood everything.
Oh gosh, okay. So anyway, all the files that he brought on the table, it's khonars of or of the government and these people. So it's really like underneath stuff. He brought it up on the table, bam, he got killed. So it's like really something dangerous, you know. There is also other examples, but it's okay. That is what I on that's what I wanted to point with the album of Khonar, which actually I feel like there is a lot of unsolved problems that who is going to have danger is someone like myself, who's like, for example, odd to the society, a little bit
Exposes
weird.
himself as well. Yeah.
Huh?
And exposes himself as well.
Yes, and exactly. Well, there is the mask, but it's okay. But I expose myself in the Google. But that's what khonar means. Um, what was the next question? I forgot.
Just technicalities around the album. How was it
Yeah.
made?
Mm.
You were talking about sampling as
Yes,
well.
exactly. But I am very fan of sampling, as you saw. I mean, as you understood earlier. I actually I actually do a lot of little ideas. Okay, so little rhythms. and sometimes by my hand, and I sample it, and then I put MIDI on it, and then so it's really there is no one process, you know. Sometimes I sing, there is the plane to calm me down, so I sing it, and oh, I like it what I sing, and I just record it here, and then what I do is I do a residency. A residency. It's actually staying home. It's for 10 days, not seeing anyone. So a residence in Tokyo. No. So I do a residency. I stay home and I actually collect the ideas and I make songs out of it of them. And it's just like I make 30% of each song so I can then the ideas that I want I put them, you know. I cannot actually start fresh from an idea. I put myself like this and I'm like I don't know, I want to make a song about flowers and then I cannot. So that's how it's really like period and then I put it, bring it back, and then I put it and bring it back. And the last residency, which is actually was a residency this time at Barcelona, with Clip Edu Terradas, and he's a techno producer who has a home studio. And I really liked his machine and equipments and effects and stuff. And I came, you know, for 7 days. We did all of I think 21 days, you know, to record and to mix and to whatever. So I actually used his machines. Most of the synthesizer, most of the melodies or whatever, it's his. Because for me it's 2,000 euro each and I don't have. And also because he knows better how to manipulate those synths. And I just tell him like here's the MIDI and I would like something like and I do some beatboxing for him and 3D effects with my mouth so he can and then he's like aha, you know, yes, that's it, oh yeah, I like it. Maybe sometimes I do touch some knobs, but I don't have these uh, I mean, I had an idea, but he helped me a lot to concretize, to apply my ideas on the synth. Does it answer your question?
Yes.
Good. Lovely.
And also, like the underlying question under the first EP and this album, and also during your DJ sets, and what you pinpoint in interviews as well, is trying to, at the same time, think about what techno and house would sound like if it would be born in the Arab world. And on the other hand, think about it like in this futuristic sense, what is future Arab techno, what is future Arab house, which is something brilliant. And your sets, even yesterday, it's like something, hearing something from a very, I don't want to say exotic, I don't like that word, but it's like something very transcending borders. It's very something parallel to the sounds that we are maybe usually used to. um you're gonna be touring live this album. The first performance is in January.
Mm-hmm.
And
31st of January in Paris.
mhm.
Yes.
Well, um, maybe the last question, because also you just mentioned Paris, how great. And since you're from Toulouse, we can see that France and Belgium and many other countries right now are at a breaking point. Are as we said, very, if you're into political tourism, very fun to visit right now.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah, that was Tunisia before, you
that was
know, like
Tunisia before, yes.
come if you want to smell like limousine, like yes, very good for the health and pumps
And
your heart up. Yeah.
do you maybe find some correlation between the Arab Spring, the uprising in Tunisia, and the protests going on in France right now? I mean, we know it's not against dictatorship per se; it's against dictatorship of capital, maybe. Let's say
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
No, dictatorship is It's good if it's capital. It can be even worse at sometimes.
Yeah.
Um, what do you think about the yellow jackets right now? What was the situation? Were you in Toulouse? Now,
No, because they protest in weekend. And weekend I work.
you're
Weekends
on
I'm not
tour.
there.
You're on
they,
tour,
they
of
do.
course.
So every time I get it, and then I have I'm booked. No, I cannot. No, but I mean, we talked a lot about it because when they announced Act One, the Gilets jaunes, of course, you had pour et contre, so with and against. And at first, to be honest, at first it was, it was because of petrol. That Macron he wanted to put he
Higher
wanted to
taxes on
voilà
petrol.
exact
Yeah.
because of climate change or whatever. And at first, when people started to say that well no we are middle class, we don't want more taxes, and how can I say, yeah, climate change we don't care, you know. Um, at first I was like, why? No, you should. Everyone should be involved in climate change, and yes, taxes should be up for the petrol and all of that stuff. And then, so voilà, I took a plane. I came back. When I came back, I was actually saying, with my friends, like, wait. Is the tax was also for Total and all the other big companies? I'm like, nope. Only, yeah, of course. So I was like, yes, fuck yes, of course, they have to go out. And I think
There's
really,
actually a tax reduction for the upper class.
exact,
The
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, ESF, yeah. No. It was not only about the petrol. So yes, it's really good. But I want to come back, like you compared Gilets jaunes of Arab Revolution, revolt, going out to the streets is French. It's never been nothing else before. Révolution française, no? Like when they killed their king, and I don't know what revolution, Arabic. No, the Tunisian they know, or I mean, if it happens that Tunisian know how to manifest, how to protest, how to go to the and write in a board and do it like this. So this process is French, super French, and that's why maybe we. And then the others go, oh, there is this one. Oh, okay, I mean, let's do it. But it's normal that France. They do protests all the time. I mean, you all know Europe, all Europe, France. There is a protest. Oh, of course, it's like a tradition, which is super great. But it's not. It has nothing to do. It's not hype or something in France. They are used to it and they know it. And there is an art of protesting over there. Yeah, very good.
Uh, at this point, I'd like to open the panel up for discussion. If there are any questions, maybe. Uh, if not, then maybe in an informal setting we can talk more. I would like to thank Dina.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I had fun.
I had fun as well.
Yesterday and
Yeah.
today, yes.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming and everybody watching the stream. And see you next time. Thank you.